I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it...
Nerd Poker. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Jerry.
Hey, I'm Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. Hi, friends.
Hi, Brian Posehn and...
How you doing?
Who's that?
There's a little guy.
Oh, okay. Where's Ken?
Oh, he's working on a museum show.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Our little guy, voiced by Dawes Butler.
Blaine already with the references.
The voice of Huckleberry?
He was a fucking huge Quick Draw McGraw, for fuck's
everything.
sake. I'm not making these people up.
For fuck's sake. Dan Telfer.
Yeah.
Yay.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Howdy.
I'm doing great. Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Let's nerd it up.
Can't wait. Hey,
Dan ate Sarah and Jerry.
No. Yes.
yeah, he's a gelatinous cube.
Yeah. I'm a pudding.
He's more of a tapioca, a poisonous tapioca that drops on you from the ceiling, doing D8. Hey, a quick background on Dan Telfer, who's joining us today. I work on a show called At Midnight on Comedy Central, and so does Dan. He is the head of our research department.
A social media producer.
Social media producer. But I do want to...
Sounds way cooler.
SMP.
It also won't get research like getting really mad at me.
No. I do want to say that the research department at Midnight is fantastic. It's Katie Mathewson.
Yes.
Marquita Robinson. Allie Gertz, also known as Cosby Sweater with two S's, Dave Thomason, and you, Dan. And you guys comb through all the bullshit every day, and you get there early, and you give us great packets of cool, weird stuff. Everybody in the research department at Midnight is really, really smart and funny and sharp, and Dan is the Mr. Spock. You're kind of like a Spock-Kirk combo. You're Spurk. You're Mr. Spurk. Or Mr. Cock, if you want to do it like that.
Thank you.
But and he always comes to work in a half tee and short shorts.
Yeah.
So
I like to show a little bit of flesh for the lady.
A little neck, as Brian would say.
Yeah. I definitely make sure my shorts are half undone.
I've known Dan for a little while through stand-up comedy and yelling at people.
Yeah, I do.
We both do standing comedy, and occasionally we will yell at people.
That's true. That's true. I'm very happy to be here. I first met Brian in Chicago in like 2006 or 7 at the old Lakeshore Theater.
Wow, 2006, the future.
Yeah, I know.
The old Lakeshore Theater. So let's.
Anyway, Dan's very funny, and we're glad to have him with us.
Yes.
And he's going to be playing Sarah tonight.
Yes.
And he knows
so
what
the
he's
half
doing.
He works. Yeah,
He listens to the show, and he logged a lot of hours in as a child.
Yes, that's true. I am
playing
nerdy.
D&D.
Just as a child.
Not just being a child.
Yeah.
Although I was an official child, I wasn't one of those knockoffs. I did this
So many child
stuff.
fakers around there.
I did Rifts. I did fucking Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh, nice.
Did you?
I don't know about nice.
That's, I think Sark was into that.
Did you play Star Frontiers?
No.
Did you play Traveler?
No.
Did we talk about Traveler? I'd love to play Traveler sometime. That would be fantastic.
I don't know Traveler.
It was a hard science fiction
Sounds like a
role-playing
pickup
game.
line.
No, it's a Games Designers Workshop. It was a fantastic game. Really a cool universe, like realistic science fiction, space travel and stuff. So
That sounds fun.
Well, let's do donors and then jump in. No official donors this week, but I was in Louisville 2 weeks ago.
it's pronounced Louisville.
That is not
They
true.
get really upset if you don't pronounce it
That
Louisville.
is not true.
They're all French.
At the Laughing Derby.
A
Great
combination of two things.
great spot. I will be going back there once a year because it's a. Have you been to that club?
I
It
have
was
not.
the Comedy Connection for year, or no, something
Oh,
Comedy
okay.
Caravan or something like that for many years.
Was it a Sobel thing?
and not great? And
it
now
was like
it's
the
awesome.
Oh, it was like the mothership of the Sobel chain for
Sure.
a while, wasn't it?
Might as well.
First place I went to Krispy Kreme was Louisville, if you pronounce it like the locals. I was there with Patton, Orswalt, if you pronounce it like the locals.
Right. So real quick, let's get through these because I take way too long doing them. James,
You're like fucking Bob and Ray.
I know. James, another fat asshole, Chris Mason. That's what he wrote. That's what he wrote. Nerd Poker, thanks for the laughs, Logan and Rodeo. Thanks, Logan and Rodeo, and that fat asshole, Chris Mason and James.
I loved her morning show.
That asshole rodeo, Chris Mason of the morning, boy.
I got my hair cut at the Derby City Chop Shop. Everything's got a Derby in it out there.
Oh,
in Derby
right,
City.
because of the hats.
Yeah. And then
hat.
somebody gave me $1 that said, buy Jerry a healing potion, and that's all they wrote. Did not write their names.
Jerry dies and everything.
Bill Pilgrim. Jason Nance gave $6 and said for Blaine's answer on it at midnight.
Ah! That's $5 plus $1. Hey, thanks. Thanks for
And-
watching.
Yeah, and Nerd Poker, he said, also gets part of the $1. And then somebody wrote, for Sark's baby, save this bad boy in case of a major depression. This may be worth something. From Chris Hankins and friends. And it was like a $5 bill. So thanks, Chris.
It's a big baby he's got.
The thing is, though, he left the $5 bill in the packaging, so if we don't take it out, it's going to be worth a lot of money. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. And then I was in Maui.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Braggy.
Frank Pulaski, a listener, came and visited me.
Hey,
and,
listen-
made my
he flew to Miami.
made my
Maui?
trip. Yeah, he lives in Maui,
Oh, there you go.
and lives 45 minutes away from the resorts where all the people stay. And he came by and brought me a care package.
It was
Nice.
pretty interesting. Let's take a look at that clip.
Big fat kick in the nuts.
No, but God bless Frank Pulaski.
Yeah, that's
on.
awesome.
Because I flew to Hawaii, it's my anniversary, and how am I going to get all high and fuck my wife?
Pakalolo.
You mean, is that
Yeah.
Borat's
I
wife?
need some Maui Wowie, and Frank Pulaski may or may not have stepped in and helped a brother out.
Sounds like some real good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now Frank Pulaski may or may not be getting investigated by the by the DEA.
That is not true. Frank Pulaski. Thanks, Frank. Let's
Legalize
see.
it, Frank. By legalize it, I mean abortion. Am I right, everybody? Come on, let's get heavy. Let's talk about some social issues.
Brian's wife thanks you too.
And let's jump in because have you? I don't go on. I don't read the same things you do on the show. I don't go to the what do we
Forums?
Nah, I don't go to the forums. I
Funny
did
thing
for a
happened
while.
to me on the way to those.
Right, but I do read Twitter.
I got moderated.
And sometimes people get grouchy. People have said shows like 45% donors and 50%
Well, we're 45%
us,
stupid.
50% Chuck Mangione
yeah,
reference.
yeah, exactly.
Da-da-da.
Us old man referencing, and then
Does Butler.
which leaving not much time for games. So
Oh, I
let's,
know, I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have you ever been bowling? A lot of it is getting back from the bathroom. So,
And waiting for the guy getting back to the
yeah.
and this is free, so fuck off.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, I always thought of a good D&D campaign like a road trip. Like everybody gets back in the car, like you go home, you have some food, you sleep, whatever, you take a shower or not. And then for an hour or a few with your friends, you get back in the car and you go a little further. So
Well, my intention when I called it Nerd Poker was to do what we always did, and this is how we played always. Like
Yeah.
when we would play at Sark's house or at my house when we first started, or at that that office space that fucking Hardwick had years ago. Half of it was bullshitting,
Yeah.
us like we would sit down
Eating,
and talk about
fucking
what
around,
fucking
and-
movie we just saw, make fun of some dumb shit, and so I always intended on having that be part of the show. But I understand how.
It's a
guess
great
it's not
part of the
okay.
show as someone who listens to it.
Right.
Well, I always think that's great because I try to sometimes do stand up that's like just for nerds or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get corrected for like every little thing I do that's not within like the hard science of what I'm talking about. Like people,
Yeah. It's
you play to your audience, but then sometimes your audience is like, oh, but there's rules. Oh God, there's rules. These rules have gotten me
Always-
through
it's
so
always
much
gonna
bullying and.
Yeah.
It's. I always thought that after if we left fourth edition, we were going to go to Pathfinder because
Let's go right now.
Sark turned us on to Pathfinder, which is a really cool advanced. Like fifth edition is out now, and I'm sure there's people that are super into that. But I don't know. I know these rules kind of inside and out, and it's more about the game and the Chuck Mangione with me.
More about the gaming?
What the who?
The
It's pronounced gaming.
One last Chuck Mangione thing. I was talking
you really
about
have
this. No, this is meta. This is meta because I was talking to my wife about the show. She doesn't listen to the show, and
But
we
you
were
listen
in
to Chuck Mangione.
we were in Hawaii, and I was high on some Frank Pulaski shit, just
Yeah.
out of my fucking
Move in,
mind,
Code
man.
Blue. Move in,
Literally-
Pulaski residence.
We're,
Team 4.
we're walking along the ocean, and I was telling her how nerds are
Playing
mad
your-
that we
your gift shop
that
ukulele.
Blaine and I, and Ken is Ken. We're
Yeah.
listening to us is what it's like to hang out, and it's got to be infuriating.
Oh,
But
Jesus, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I told her all the Chuck Mangione thing, and then we got off on. She was like, "What song is that?" Because I was trying to do it, and she's like, "But that sounds like was that a theme song?" I was like, "No, it was never a theme song.
Just a hit
It was just a hit song." And they used it for PGA probably at some point.
Sure.
And then we got off on all these tangents, and then somehow we started watching Barney Miller in our hotel room. And that was the highlight of our trip. Watching
Is it the Pop Brownie episode?
the hash episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the best.
Mushy mushy. Yes, yes. And people are so pissed right now.
Why? Barney Miller's only like 67 years old.
Well, you know the best thing about Barney Miller, and this kind of ties it into comedy, is Steve Landisberg played Dietrich, and
Yes.
Steve Landisberg was so fucking funny on that show.
Absolutely.
He was super dry. They used him very well. His character would come in with some weird comment that tied everything together. It was a brilliant character, and
That
he was a
whole
great
show was-
great comedian too.
Super well written and really geniusly cast.
Yeah.
If you're an
Oh,
old man.
Yeah. Oh, half those
Nah,
guys.
I love that shit.
That's one of
I
the
wish I had
best
seen it.
sitcoms of all time.
Half those guys are dead except Ron Glass because black don't crack. Am I right? Come on, make some noise. Am I right, ladies?
All right.
There's no ladies in the room.
So what happened last time?
I'm close, Blaine. I'm close.
Last week, you guys were at New York, and Las Vegas.
Oh,
you were trying
they
to
have a
flag a
roller
Hummer
coaster.
cab. One of those Hummer cabs was 6 wheels on it. And a girl that knew a girl that was at Brian's show said that she was going to swing you guys by a friend that worked at the Guitar Center. What do you got? So the Hummer limo pulls up. What are you going to do?
I was really not paying attention last week.
I listened to the whole episode. This is what's going on.
Okay, the Hummer limo. You're in Paris, France.
I'm going to stick my top out the top and take my top off.
All right, roll to attack.
All right. Well, as Sarah's character, I'm going to tell you you probably shouldn't do that.
Oh,
We
you're
might get in
so
trouble with the
Sarah-like already.
authorities.
Sarah's character actually dated the dude at the Guitar Center who formerly worked at Sam Ash and also at Ed Roman. Guitar reference.
Good Lord.
Hey, in our last episode, I think you guys were walking along a pathway.
Yes.
You were heading back towards the pass that you entered this weird, colorful continent on, and you were
Big tracks, right?
big tracks, yeah, like a regular pathway, but traveled by. It looks like you guys you're a little on the anemic side, not giants or anything, but everything's a little larger.
Okay.
So, and you're also being kind of shadowed by something in the woods.
Maybe we shrank on the way.
Oh, the rocks stayed the same size.
What time of day is it? Is it like super late?
You know what?
or-
Let's just let's make it high noon.
Ooh, time for a gunfight.
Let's make it 11 o'clock.
Ooh, it'll be a gunfight time in an hour.
You guys have an hour to get your shit together.
Do we have a sense of like how like close the thing that's shadowing us is? Like, are we in imminent danger? Or should we try to get to high ground? Or
It's sort of off in the woods. The woods are maybe 50, 60 yards off to the side, kind of in and out, whatever.
So it's rather than behind us, it's off to the side of us? And
It's kind of off to the side, sort of like you hear it kind of in and out of the woods, just crunching.
pacing us, basically.
Yeah, pacing you. Yeah, and every now and then you wonder if maybe it's one thing, maybe it's two, but I mean it's not like you guys are running for your lives
but it feels like wildlife.
No, we're
but
super
not
brave.
well, it could be wildlife.
Could it be
but,
those guys that worked for King Dildo or whatever?
King Donnie. I don't think anybody from that continent has made it this far, and if they have, they're,
Super fast.
Okay.
came around a hydrofoil like Jaws.
All right, what do
Richard
we see
Keel, not the shark.
What do you see around us? Ahead, behind? What? We're headed back to the pass.
Yeah, it looks sort of like it kind of the hills start rolling up a little bit towards these mountains where you came in and you can see structures and stuff.
Hills and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, obviously like some sort of weird, maybe not ancient, but it's been there for a while, like a big installation, a lot of stone and stuff. If you that's kind of looking east, northeast. If you turn around and you look towards the west, southwest, where it looks like everything kind of lays out, it looks like it looks like the mountains kind of fan out on either side, like a valley, almost like you're on. I would want to, like almost like the inside of a football, or like it's the shape, the same kind of shape, like a banana or just a tapered oval.
Okay.
But the valley and everything where you came from looks very lush. Like there's lakes and trees and wildlife and stuff. So, and everybody wants to come here and talks about coming here. So you're not really.
And we got here.
Yeah, and you're here. So
It's all right so far.
try to find the hotel, check in. Just figure out where to park that's cheap.
Do we need to kill some stuff and put it in our mouth face, or?
You guys would probably have some rations. I would think that maybe if you looked around, you could find apples, berries, nuts, In-N-Out burgers.
Okay.
And if you're in California, Dunkin' Donuts, which sucks.
Never been.
Yeah, well, don't.
Wow.
People make a big deal out of it. Just got out here, and it's
In Chicago, it was such a bummer because like the food would be good, but it was always like a franchise where everyone was like depressed and like not working, and
everything tasted like cigarette butts. I mean, it's donuts, whatever. It's fresh and it's a chain.
Just because we haven't had it for so long.
Yeah, it's
Never been
if the Waffle House
crazy.
came out here, people would be like, holy shit, it's great. No,
It's like
not
Krispy
really,
Kremes,
but-
and they showed up and everyone got sick of them, and now they're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Krispy Kremes.
I'd fuck up some Waffle House.
Yeah.
let's just hunt for donuts. Let's just fucking.
If we all chip in right now and get a Waffle House franchise, we will be trillionaires in a month.
And then broke in 2 months.
Yeah, well,
When it goes
Well,
out
you
of business.
sell it before anyone
Yeah.
You gotta.
I'm
figures
going to
out
invest
what
all
you're
my. I'm going to be the new Dove Charney and take
Jump
over
in,
American
jump
Power.
in.
I'd spend it all on waffles.
doing. He just makes one big waffle. There's people in the restaurant. No, I'm crafting the waffles.
For me.
I just need this one.
Papa need a waffle.
Scrambled, scattered, smothered, and chunked. Oh, Jesus.
But we had a deer, and 2 rabbits.
Oh, great.
Okay, so you
we're
guys-
fine on food.
you guys
I
are
don't-
good.
Yeah.
You got some squeezy cheese. You're all.
Maybe we should get to like higher ground in the direction we want to go. Just because if we're down in a valley and it gets to be late, it might not be a good place to like
We'll get
camp
pounced
out.
on by these people.
Yeah, like 'cause I
following
want to
us.
be able to like fuck one of these things up, but if they're huge, we might want to see what they look
We don't
like.
even know what they are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Higher ground.
All right, so you guys just kind of keep heading up the trail. It's starting to slope up a little bit,
Okay.
like you're in some foothills. That's it.
All right. Good night. Still being paced.
I can see that book.
I'm looking at a very special book called Dianetics. If you guys want to get your lives together, I suggest reading Dianetics like Toot Sweet.
Is there a personality test you could give me? I'm feeling like I don't know myself.
That's
Hey, can I ask you a couple of questions about your past relationships and your PIN number? Scientology. There's parties at the Scientology Center.
So, like, as we get higher, like, yeah, is there less trees? Like, is it getting more obvious what's
No, it's very lush. You're in a very nice climate. You like being here. It's a good place. The trees, all the grass, all the plants and stuff, pretty normal sized, I would say.
Okay.
Is it worth like laying a trap maybe? Like maybe running ahead and trying to like guess what's trailing us is going to be and see if it at least like we can pin it down for a second.
Right.
Yeah, or lead him into it.
Yeah. Like maybe.
Well, it's definitely in the Monstrous Man. I can tell you that.
Who knows? It might be in Battlefield Earth.
We could head towards them, set a trap halfway, make a ruckus, and head back the way we came.
Yeah, exactly.
Draw them into it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
The more stealthy amongst us, maybe Lyra and Winter. I'm trying to get some help here.
And Winter, who's not here.
Yeah.
Do you guys all want to drive? You guys can all be sort of like a big democratic Winter.
Sounds good.
You guys will all vote on what Winter wants to do, unless you want me to just fly Winter the whole time.
Why don't I go about halfway through and see if I can set a trap that feels proportionate in stealth mode.
So you're thinking about like kind of heading up the path ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of like darting off into the woods to the side where you think the stuff is. Mm-hmm. And setting some sort of snare or alarm.
Yes.
Both actually I think would probably be good.
Okay.
A snare alarm.
All right.
Snarl him.
So is that something that Gene Krupa would play? Gene Krupa was a drummer from the 30s and 40s. It was a huge hit machine. You might remember down Nagasaki dance.
Every time my alarm goes off, I hit the snare button.
Sing.
I hit it 3 times. Okay.
Isn't snare that crazy depilatory cream that John Stamos used to advertise? He's current, right? John Stamos?
Oh, my.
Wasn't he on Full House?
They're bringing that back.
They are. It's going to be the reboot and very exciting.
How terrible for everyone.
New child actors.
Yeah, that's what you need. New Bobsey twins. Is that the word for those two?
It's going to be
the Bobsey twins. Oh, I'm thinking of the Nelson twins. No, I'm thinking of the. Who am I thinking of?
Chuck Mangione.
No, that's exactly who I'm thinking of.
All right. So, trap setting.
Yeah.
So you see Lyra sort of
stereo me butt.
You see Lyra sort of
stealthily.
You see Lyra run up into the woods. She kind of goes, "Hey, I'll be right back."
Wow,
and
really sexy.
She got real sexy. Very jam.
I'm glad you did that for me, Blaine. So you didn't have to hear me. I'll be right back.
Hey, everybody! I'll be right back. I'm gonna go set some traps and snares.
Oh, a man!
Ooh. Hey, it'll be easier for me to go and talk to Lyra outside. So why don't you two get acquainted?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, shouldn't you do that on
no
air, and then me and Ken go have a dildo party? So, Ken,
I guess we'll have a dildo party here.
Let's break. And we're back.
Hey, hi. Okay, Dan and I are going to step outside.
Yeah. We just remembered we have to catch up. I forgot to ask what colors everything was.
Okay, so you're kind of like walking along, and Lyra just goes, I'll be right back, and just sort of disappears, just sort of runs very quietly up into up the path ahead of you guys, and then darts off into the woods.
Uh-huh.
And maybe you guys kind of stop. I would assume
we're gonna lay low and
just sort of hey, stop, and you have a Cliff Bar or whatever, and maybe some vitamin water in exchange for this announcement.
Sing Chuck Mangione for a while.
Yeah, and you talk about Billy Joel and
all the
alts.
classics, all the nerd poker classics.
Yeah, TBD, and then Lyra comes kind of running back a little more urgently than she left.
What's up?
Hi, Lyra.
What happened?
Hey, so I don't know how much they know we're here, but there's like 30 or 40 or maybe 50 sort of horse-sized ants
The fuck?
in the woods.
Okay.
They look like they might be sort of food caravan collecting supplies for a nest or something. There was a lot of eaten foliage around in the woods. Like it looked like they'd been eating around there, and they were sort of had collected clippings and might have been like some meat carrying on their back. So yeah, I don't know if they know we're here. They seem to sort of be like heading past us, but if we keep going in this direction, I get the sense that that's also where they're going.
Like cross. Ooh, jeez. I don't like that at all.
50 or so? Ugh.
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of the I would sort of describe it as the when there's a huge when you leave a cupcake out on your counter and you don't think there's ants in your apartment, and the next morning
All of a
there's ants in
sudden,
your apartment,
just a swarm,
and there's just
yeah.
a river of them. That's kind of like one of those
Except
little
they're
mini
the size
rivers.
of horses.
I've never
Yeah,
left a
they're large.
cupcake anywhere.
Except in your mouth.
It's true. I've seen cupcakes,
Yeah,
Brian.
I kind of was forewent the trap after a little bit.
I get that.
I got about half set up and decided I'd just scope them out from a tree instead.
Yeah, they're
So do we turn around and
Well, where are we trying to get? Like, are we trying to get back to civilization, like those guard towers, or are we?
just because that's all we really saw. So I figured we'd go in and talk to those guys.
they were
but-
also shooting at you.
Yeah, that's true. On the way through.
Is there like do we know if there's like a more central part of the city that maybe we should head towards?
Well, it's you're on the eastern sort of end of this continent, so you
Okay.
just know that it kind of heads off to the west a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean you have no idea how big it is.
I mean, I think we're headed in the main direction we would want to go because we could at least sort of get a sense of the continent. But it seems pretty
Yeah, I don't like horse.
bad news bears. Yeah. Can I commune with the rock and sort of see if the babies are fed and or if it's still in motion or?
Yeah, you see there's sort of it's very vague. You're very far away from the rock, so there's it's kind of staticky, but you see the old continent where you guys are from, sort of below. You know that it's finally flying over top of that, so it's maybe about halfway there.
Still
All right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Heading back.
Still heading home, and also occasionally you see like flashes of smoke and fire from the land below.
That's not good.
No, it's super not good.
I like small ants that I can smash with my feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these are the kinds that I can't even.
No, it's a
Can't
reversal
even
thing with the. It's like a Yakov Smirnov ant, where his
All right.
feet crush you.
I
God.
don't want to go in the same direction as these ants. It seems like a bad thing to run into.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's tricky because the other way is chaos. Like we don't know what is in the other direction.
yeah.
So
Well, here's
At least
what,
there's not horse-sized ants.
here's what's
well, they are coming from that direction. So I feel like
okay.
I got the impression that these things were big enough and had been in the middle of a long caravan for long enough that we're kind of like smack dab in the middle of major ant territory regardless. They're just going towards the headquarters.
Right.
We're going to be in their hunting grounds for a while, I think.
Then let's cut a wide berth around there.
Yeah.
Maybe we could make an end run around their colony and
That's what
avoid
I'm
it.
thinking. Some way of deviating from the path a little bit.
Yeah.
and you guys are and you're gonna keep heading towards the
The walls.
Makes
wall.
sense. Yeah, I think so.
The walls that attacked us.
Yeah, because, they saw a giant fucking bird.
Yeah, that's what that's
They,
what
they
I
had
assumed.
the
It wasn't about
appropriate
us.
reaction.
Yeah.
Maybe if we try to approach them just as travelers who have a message, they'll be a little more amenable to it, or at least
Yeah.
we can gauge it as
I
we
like
get
that.
closer.
Do we know that they weren't a bunch of horse-sized ant dicks?
We don't. But the
Just
the
their
ant-
dicks?
The ants that I saw didn't
You
seem.
imagine an ant with a horse dick?
Oh my god, you guys!
If only.
That'd be so
Like an
hot.
ant with a horse size.
Oh my god, we'll be right back.
Quick break. How many bathrooms are on this
I'm
floor?
gonna suck an ant's dick.
But no, they didn't look sentient. Like, I don't think they would be capable of, like, having the guard tower.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying that's not who was throwing
No,
spears?
no.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was asking.
I thought we saw humanoid figures throwing the
I
spears.
don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Let's see how far we can get before dark, I guess.
yeah, I'm down with that.
All right. So you guys keep kind of moving along the main path. Nothing really happens. Unless I roll something fucking crazy. No. You guys move along for a few more hours. Nothing really happens unless I fucking roll something crazy.
Okay, no.
No, nothing happened.
He's really rolling. It's scary.
It's kind of
It's the worst.
kind of starting to get a little dark.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I kind of like it back here.
Don't jinx us. Use the tower.
Oh, God.
It's sun's going down. It's daylight savings time, so you got another hour of daylight, and who knows? Shit might get crazy.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh no.
so you guys kind of the hill, the path kind of starts to zigzag a little bit left and right. Trees start moving in. Now you're basically kind of moving through a pathway that's winding through the woods. With maybe 10, 20 feet before the proper woods start on either side. So you're in a trail, the grasses get longer, there's shrubs, and it just turns into trees. And you're kind of walking along. The sun's starting to get a little low in the west behind you guys. And
Have we seen any more signs of, like I saw a lot of, like, sort of clipped grass as if a lot of it had been harvested by these guys. Is there any signs of the ants? Have we
no, you
can
know,
we track anything?
you guys have been moving so long, and occasionally you hear some crunching off into the side. So, kind of the vibe that you get is that the ants live in the woods, and they stay in the woods where all the foliage is, and maybe you're kind of getting away from where the colony was.
Great. Okay.
Or who knows?
I like it.
Yeah, but
I think we can find some water and cross that, and I don't think they'll follow us.
Oh yeah, they can't follow our scent trail.
Yeah.
If
Well,
we,
scent and I don't think ants swim unless they're bridge building.
why don't we
ants, like in the nature movies.
whatever we're about to see? Why don't we just make sure we sort of erase our trail a little bit just to keep what we left behind?
okay.
behind.
Well, you guys are sort of walking up this trail, and in front of you, just a huge ant just walks out in front of you. Just walks right out in front of you. It's, I don't know, I'm going to say the size of a hearse.
Okay.
You know, which is as big as a Cadillac, but a little bigger. Still a Cadillac. So it's a hearse-sized ant walks in front of you. What are you going to do?
Does it see us?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fucking ant.
Wow.
Is
Is it just crossing the path? In front
yeah,
of us?
like is it facing us? Is
It's
it?
just sort of walking across the path in front of you.
Let's
guys.
freeze and see
Yeah.
what happens.
All right. It just kind of walks out of the woods in front of you, just walks past you, walks into the woods on the other side. You're a half elf.
blind.
You hear some more. You hear some more crunching coming from the right.
We should get up in the tree.
Yeah, another. As she's saying that, you see another ant coming into view.
I think if we're quiet,
Fucking
they
ants.
won't notice us doing it. So let's get up there.
Climb me.
Okay.
All right.
Winter's straight up there because he's got his spider climb.
Okay. All right. Winter's spider climbing up into the trees. Dag.
I'm not spider climbing, but I'm fucking
Is it
normal
really
climbing.
difficult for that?
Yeah.
He's skedaddling.
He's got his normal climb spell. Lyra's
climbing.
up there. A hug.
Yeah, I'm climbing up that fucking tree.
It's weird that Hug's in a tree. Huh?
Right?
Am I right?
'Cause I'm like a
Come on.
I'm a treat hugger.
All right, we're going to lose all this in post. And welcome to Nerd Poker.
Hey,
Brian Posehn and friends.
Hey, has
Wait,
anybody
what?
heard, you guys know who Chuck and Joni?
Hey, Billy Joel, he didn't start the fire, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Tom Brokaw, John Chancellor, Chet Huntley,
Dawes Butler.
Jessica Savage, Dawes Butler,
Who's old that I can think of right now?
Hoagie Carmichael,
Busby Berkeley.
Busby Berkeley.
old.
Any of us.
Ava Braun.
Ava
Brian
Braun.
Posehn.
She was actually very young.
10 days.
No. Well, no, I'm thinking of.
No, not the Ava Braun that's hiding out in Brazil right now. Like,
Oh yeah, she's got to be in her fucking 90s.
But she is partying.
Yeah, but she had some good points. Here, read these pamphlets. Anyway, I forgot what was happening. Anyway, you guys
We're
are
in-
upside down in
anyway.
a Corvette. The Corvette's on fire. What do you do, Brian?
We're in a tree.
Oh, the tree. I forgot.
I was getting ready to die.
You guys are all up in trees, and you see these ants kind of walking below you, and you realize that you're just sort of crossing a path where there would be a normal stream or a babbling brook. There's just a big ant path in front of you. You guys scramble up in the trees, and you see these ants sort of just walking past you. Some of them have cargo. And then you notice a few ants come walking by, and they look a little bigger, they look a little tougher, and they look a little customized. Like they have gold.
Pinstripes? Flames?
Yeah, flames, pinstripes, curb feelers.
Chopped the channel?
Yeah, they're chopped and channeled.
So they're mounts, maybe.
They're featured in Hot Ant magazine, an Ant Trend, Ant and Driver. No, but you see that some of these ants are painted in almost like gold leaf, like they
Wow.
have gold paintings on them on their
Pretty.
heads
Ooh.
and around their leg joints and stuff.
Those are the Mark Ryden ants.
Yeah, they're limited edition ants that are passing underneath you. They're larger and their antennas look a little more iPhone 6 to be as current as possible, which means that their antennas have useless watches on them. I'm kidding, of course. They have they just look kind of more advanced. Maybe 9 of those ants walk by, and then there's sort of a weird taper of a few more ants after that, and then silence as they disappear into the woods.
Oh, so they're all passed. I like that. I thought that was never going to
That
end.
was the tail end.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Climb back down.
Keep going our way.
Keep going. Yeah,
right.
definitely like erase our trail though. Like especially after we, like if we can cross their path and like not leave any trace that we cross their path, that would be
Sounds
great.
So let's say Winter gets down and he pulls some chalk out from his crazy magic act that he had in his backpack, and he sort of grinds this chalk out over the ant trail behind you guys because, and he mumbles something about how ants aren't good at getting over chalk; it hurts their feet. So it might even be
It gets into
superstitious.
their exoskeleton and dries their bodies out, actually, if you want to know the scientific
Yeah.
facts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good way to kill ants.
Yeah, Winter hung out with a lot of old wives. So anyway,
And
that
Dawes Butler.
and Dawes Butler, and
Oh, my darling.
anyway, that and also Del Lord. So anyway, that happens. You guys keep moving up. You can almost look up into the trail where the ants went. It's almost like you're in a nature park and you're walking past an area and you see a weird, like almost like I said, like a tram or a train, where you see it kind of weaves up into the thing. So.
It's like a track.
Yeah, it's a track. So, but anyway, that happens.
Do we want to follow them or do we want to just cross and
It's
keep
tempting,
going?
but I feel like they would fuck us up so
Yeah,
good.
they seem-
I
yeah,
feel like
they
we
seem
would just
like a
get
lot of trouble.
like maimed real
But we
classy
could totally
style.
scrape the gold off of those gold ants
Yeah.
and have some gold.
Yeah, there's that.
So let's not follow them.
Yeah, but like we need to find somewhere to like camp too, and I'm wondering
it's
where
good.
is even safe right now. Like, should we like camp out in these trees?
We can.
like maybe a little farther down,
Yeah,
or
climb up and tie off,
yeah.
I like it.
shoot up,
Okay.
Oh, wait. What are we talking about?
camp it.
You guys are an
Okay.
upside down Corvette.
camping.
Corvettes
Why
and
are we doing
flames.
heroin,
Oh,
though?
wait a minute.
You guys just came from
Just
a
'cause
Wang
we're
Chung
bored?
concert.
Because we're jazz musicians.
Yeah, you guys all shut up with John Goodman and Inside Llewyn Davis.
I missed that one.
I can't believe you don't get my current references.
No, I mean I didn't see that movie.
It's actually very good. Did you see it? Anyone?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time.
No.
He's not in the movie.
Sorry,
Not in the
spoiler
movie.
alert.
Not in the movie.
Okay.
It was actually really good. From what I remember, it was it was very a guy who it was a very realistic tale of a dude who completely shot himself in the foot at every step and had no idea.
Chronic self-sabotager.
Yeah, but didn't know he was sabotaging himself. He was just being a dick to himself more than anyone else. And the Bruce Willis thing.
Also,
Will kids like it?
Yeah, there's a
There's
lot
heroin
of
in it.
Moms love it too.
there's a lot of singing in it with a clownfish.
Okay, cool.
So there you go. And it's narrated by Sir Richard Attenborough.
Okay, I'm in.
So kids love narration by Sir Richard Attenborough.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Almost as much as they like who's the fucking
Soupy Sales?
Soupy Sales is good. I was trying to think
Mel
of
Allen, Fred Allen, Mel Allen.
I could go with Harold Lloyd, but I'm trying to think of the guy that always played Vaughn, that always played JFK.
Von Meter.
Not Von Meter. No,
Yeah.
he was an actor. He always played him in TV.
Oh, because Von Meter had the albums. The
I think
First
it's
Family.
not Robert Vaughn. It's some other fucking guy.
I don't
Damn
know.
it.
The Kennedy guy.
Sorry, yeah.
So, anyways,
Anyway,
totally
if you have the
D&D.
answer to this, please Google us a week ago and tell us what I'm thinking
What the
about.
fuck is happening?
I don't know, man. I am not. Not.
Oh yeah, we're camping in a tree.
Listen, guys, this is a bad time to tell you, but I have a Benadryl allergy. I'm having a problem. I need to call an ambulance.
It was really cool. He was like LARPing except with hives. It was really awesome.
Yeah, he just.
Until the reaction.
I thought he was doing Mel Tillis for a couple of seconds, and I realized his eyes were rolling back in his head.
So yeah, like
God damn it! Now I'm trying to find out who the fucking guy was. He used to play JFK and everything.
Should we break?
Yeah, let's take a break while
Martin Sheen.
No, it wasn't Martin Sheen.
You're gonna miss out on this whole meltdown. Take a break. And we're back.
It was William Devane.
Oh, thank God you figured it out.
Jesus Christ! Sorry.
I was driving me crazy. What the fuck?
Devane. Look him up.
No, I know.
And he had the weird.
portrayer.
He's done
He had the
24.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus jawline, that insane, like almost cartoony jawline.
Almost a Kennedy jawline.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he was always playing Julia Louis-Dreyfus on TV.
And who was this?
I'm thinking of the guy that played Love
his
Sidney.
name.
God, what was his name? Let's take a break.
Jesus. So are
We're
we
back. Tony Randall.
Are we up in a tree sleeping and resting?
You guys are up in a tree sleeping and resting. You haven't seen any more ants come by. How far past that ant track did you guys stop?
oh, it's like probably
500 yards.
yeah, like it's
Sure.
a nice safe distance. I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
500 yards sounds perfect.
Okay, so right around now it's noonish, wherever you are. So I mean, do you guys want to stop?
Oh, I
and,
thought it was night already.
Yeah, I thought we were going till
dark.
the sun was going down.
okay.
Maybe you're noonish.
Yeah, remember the sun was coming down across the trees and shit when the new round of ants came.
Oh,
across?
sorry, I got distracted by William Devane.
Boy, did you.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, now I have to spin
Anyway.
around in a circle 3 times, and
Let's take a noon nap.
so you guys crawl up in the trees. Who's taking shifts?
Let's all take watches.
Yep.
All right.
I'll go first.
Second.
Third.
If
And then good job, guys.
Nothing happens while Hug is on watch.
all right.
Nothing happens while Winter is on watch. Nothing happens while Lyra is on watch. Something happens while Dag is on watch. Dag, you're on watch, I would say 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
Do we need to leave the room?
So, oh no, I'm sure he'll wake you up.
You giddy.
You just start to hear sort of like.
He loves hurting us.
It sounds like ants are coming.
What do I see?
It's coming.
You look down from the tree and you see that there are ants kind of walking not along pathways, but just sort of through the woods below you in the trees. And they're tapping their antennas on trees. Just tapping their antennas on trees. Tapping their antennas on trees.
Hey.
And they come up to you, and a couple tap the tree that you're on. And they just start tapping. And then they sort of look back, and they take a few steps back, kind of wave their ass around, and come back up and keep touching the tree. And other ants start walking up and touching their antennas of the tree.
Hey guys, there's some weird shit going on.
Yeah. Any trees, and you guys are all in some different trees. I'm assuming you've all scrambled up different trees that can support you and whatever. They all come over. There's ants below all the trees where you guys are, and they're all tapping their antennas. Yeah, and there's not chattering happening that you would recognize, but there's some sort of weird sounds happening between the ants.
Chittering?
Not chattering, but more of a chittering.
I like that.
How focused do they seem to be? Do they seem determined, like they've got a goal in mind, or is it just sort of like exploratory still?
You see, as you guys are waking up, Dag, looks over and he sees that a couple of larger ants with gold features that you can sort of see in what light there is start walking up, and there's some weird chittering sounds, and then the ants that are at the base of your tree just take these huge mandibles that they have and start chomping into your trees.
Okay.
Like giant ant beavers.
How far away are these trees from each other? Can we jump from tree to tree?
Yeah.
Get away?
Yeah, you can maybe do that.
What-
I would say below you, there's
What if
there's
they had like a lot of layers of clothing, like jeans and then more jeans and shirts on?
yeah, like you're going spelunking.
Is it
It's like
worth
that video.
maybe trying to create a distraction to make them think what they really want is somewhere else, or do you think like we should just try and get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I can throw up an illusion, but I don't have any sound or smell to it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
have
an illusion is sort of like for an intelligence
yeah,
too.
exactly.
and-
It's not
and-
going to work on it.
I have a ring of telekinesis. Should I maybe
Oh.
try snapping off a big branch like in a tree that's like maybe like 50 yards away and see if they...
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody look up Ring of Telekinesis. Tell me what the range is.
Well, it burns,
I would say like
burns.
it's probably about as far away as
Ring of
we can.
Telekinesis. Ring of Telekinesis.
As far away as we can without
The
like
limb
significantly affecting the
Is 50 yards.
accuracy.
Looking up.
So here we go. So magical item tables. No, that's not it. Magic potions. No. Rings. Here we go.
I need
Ring.
magic hoodoo.
Yeah. Here we
Ooh,
go.
I can't find it.
Ring of mood. Ring of calamari. Ring of.
Around the collar.
You've tried scrubbing them out. You've tried soaking them out. And still you have. Here we go.
You're so old.
Yeah,
It's
we are very,
disgusting.
very
It's
old.
disgusting.
It's a 5th level wizard spell, telekinesis. So I think we're looking at. I think it's 100 pounds that she can move.
Okay.
Great.
Almost
Almost person size.
So, but I'm gonna need somebody to look up the wizard spell telekinesis 5th level. Give me a range on
All
it.
right. Fourth.
But let's just say, while you're looking that up for official sake, you see a weird bow with a lot of weight on it. Maybe 10 yards away.
10 yards per level. There's your
Okay.
details on
So
telekinesis.
perfect. So you could probably go 30 yards away, but you see something 10 yards away. You what are you gonna do?
Snap it off. See if we can get it to land on the ground.
All right.
See
So
if they notice.
this thing sort of snaps. It lands. You kind of try to aim it so that it hits a compound eye or two on the way down. It hits this one ant that just starts kind of spinning in a weird insect circle, and other ants sort of get distracted a little bit, and they walk over and start touching antennas on other ants. But for the most part, most of the ants are still chomp, chomp, chomp.
All right.
Dicks.
I'm going to try dropping a couple of those grenades, those little black grenades I have.
Okay.
At the chompers.
All right. So why don't you just roll for damage since you're just roll for damage for one of those things.
What am I rolling?
What am I?
What am I?
What am I?
Do you remember?
Let's see let me see. Beads of Force. If anybody out there's got a Dungeon Master's guide and want to look up Beads of Force, why don't you give us an email? Drop us an email here at Nerd Poker a week ago. Beads of Force. Beads of Force. 5d4 points of damage within a 10-foot radius. So
It's a spicy meatball.
that is a spicy meatball. I did 4 points of damage at Michelli's the other night from the chicken parmesan.
Blaine.
Yeah.
4 points of damage to my underpants.
And plus I shit in a urinal. That's when you know you're a man.
It's the worst thing a person can do, really.
Child murder, genocide, fuck it.
Shit in a urinal, you are going to hell.
Yay, the tower.
So many dices.
5d4. 2, 4, 6, 10.
Sure.
10 points. One of the ants below you just there's a weird sort of pionk. And it sounds like somebody dropped an M80 into a Dungeness crab. There's a weird cracking sound, and green and yellow guts go everywhere.
Awesome.
And the ants that are around you sort of, if you've ever crushed an ant with your thumb and the other ants just sort of like go away.
Yeah. I like that.
They go away in a circle. So they go away.
It's known as the circle of going away.
Yeah, they do a going away circle. But they might
you guys.
They might be back, I would think.
Maybe
the
we
way ants
should
do.
climb down and just try and
Run.
plow
Yes.
through the circle.
Yeah.
And then,
Out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
cut a hole
Okay.
through the circle, basically.
Let's do a ba-do-do-do-do-do.
And I've got a horn of blasting, too, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
you
you
do.
do.
Fuck
right, you got a horn of blasting.
I'll help. Maybe Dad could throw a grenade. I'll bust out the horn of blasting. We just try and fucking nuke their ranks open.
Yeah, I'll throw one more before we.
How many do you?
Before you drop
have?
down.
I've only thrown one just now, so
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I have
You sort of
13 on it.
9 left. Yeah.
I'm going to assume that you sort of roll. Let me see for a second here. When the smoke clears from the first grenade, you see that 3 ants are sort of down. Just the tops are completely smoked out. I'm going to say that when you throw the second grenade, you sort of lob it a little in the direction of the gold ants that are coming at
Yeah.
you. So roll for damage, 5d4. Was that F Troop? I'm assuming it's an old reference.
One more. Okay, oh yeah, right there.
Larry Storch.
Oh.
All right.
And always Italians or Jews playing Indians on that show.
The
way it was made to be so racist.
All right. So, Brian, or I'm sorry, Dag rolls another one of these beads of force out, kind of lobs it towards these gold ants. And,
Fuck you, gold ants.
Suck a dick with your mandibles. No one's gonna like it, but you should do it.
Worst blowjob ever.
that would be nasty. A reach around from an ant.
Have you got it mandibleblowjobs.com? It's the worst.
No, there's
worse
probably
than-
some big ass beetles that are actually equipped to do that shit.
I got to be perfectly honest. I got a blowjob from my aunt once. It was pretty hot.
Oh.
And everyone on the podcast killed themselves. at the
Hey,
exact
you know
same
what's
time.
worse than shitting in a urinal?
Get a blowjob from my Bob's sister.
The show is over.
You know what's worse than that? Getting a blowjob from your sister's mom.
Speak for yourself. We'll be right back.
Can we go back to the nice wholesome process of putting your dick in some giant insect mandibles?
USA.
Yeah, that was nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Thursday's your day in the barrel. So Dag lobs a bead of force down onto towards these nasty gold ants, and it takes out two of their heads.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take it.
And their bodies just sort of collapse.
Mandible blowing days are over.
There's a couple of ants in front of them that just get wiped out from the rear end forward. Just there's a weird crunching sound as this thing blows up, and so a bunch of these guys are dead. And again, the ants that were circling are still circling. There's that weird vortex of ants around you,
Circling frenzy.
except they're all the size of hearses. So
Let's just straight ahead the way we were going, right? And just charge them and with our weapons out and
all right, with a mighty Geronimo, our players jump from the trees and probably, oh God, please help me, oh, ow, my ankle from hug. These guys jump from the trees to the ground.
Laven.
And I think we're going to find out what happens in our next episode
Oh
of
my
Nerd
God.
Poker. Right, Brian?
Sure, I guess. I will be in Rhode Island. Providence, Rhode Island, that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Petticoat
At,
Junction.
Feet Ballroom, Fete. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong or mispronouncing it.
It's the fate. I would think it would be Fet or Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of
Fet
those.
Ballroom.
Feet Ballroom is another .com.
Oh no.
Feet Ballroom? Yuck.
What if you had a Fet fetish?
I love parties.
And then,
French and Canadian
I
ones.
can only go to hospital charity events.
this Saturday night, I am at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn
Oh, that's awesome.
with Jeremy Essig. Jeremy's doing both those shows with me.
Okay.
He's great.
Funny bastard.
I vouch for it.
When I can't get Dan Telfer, I get Jeremy Essig.
Oh no.
No.
Hey, we got Dan Telfer for tonight. Hey, thanks for joining us, Dan.
My pleasure.
I think you're going to be with us for this next one,
Yes,
too.
one more.
Let's do it.
At least.
Can I plug a show real quick though?
Please
Yes,
do.
please do.
I am recording a half hour to submit for television purposes on September 26th at Second City in Hollywood. So if there's any LA people listening, I would love to fucking come party. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Right on.
He's
That's
a
a
funny
good one.
bastard.
Yeah, very, very funny.
on.
Yeah,
I've got
go see
the,
that again.
Go
Thanks,
do
dudes.
that. Go
The
to that
Museum of
show.
the Weird art show coming up at
Oh, that's right.
Creature Features this weekend, September 13th at 6 to 10. It's going to be crazy. Rolly Crump from Disneyland is going to be signing.
Tits?
Whatever you like. And ass.
Read Deadpool.
Do it.
That's it. Thanks.
Yeah, and watch at midnight, right, Blaine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good show.
Thanks for listening.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com